everybody, and welcome to this reading. I'm doing a Jupiter retrograde reading today with you. This is a general read, and we are going to use chimes. Just draw some chimes. Help us select the readings. There's a timestamp in the description. Please use it. You'll need to select your reading. Okay. Thank you, Spirit Guides. We will be starting with the letter S and the number 1, this Scrabble piece. This will be option 1. Option 2 is adventures. Option 3 is the ghost or spirit. Option 4 is the yellow tulip. And option 5 is the letter E, the number 1 on the Scrabble piece. Pause the video if you want some more time selecting. I look forward to reading for you. Alright, what is going on for pile 1? I'm doing card toss style today. And this is what is coming through. Black Cherry, Moon Secrets, the Temperance card, Lunastad, Prosperity. Okay. Lunastad is the first part of August and may actually have been a part of this retrograde. We have X marks the spot, Hand-fasting union, and the letter K. Alright, actually it's kick. It's not just the letter K, it's kick. But for some of you, K might be significant as well. Alright, we're going to do a few chimes with this reading. X as well as far as letters. What's going on here? We've got a lot on the table. Definitely referring to marriages. If you're married, your feelings about marriages. Could be talking about ex-partners as well. But commitments in general. This can be financial, partnerships, unions, bonds. This can be friendships. Okay. This can be a lot of different things. But with hand fasting here, it definitely can be romantic in nature. We have an element here of getting in touch with your emotions, new waves of energy coming through in relation to the emotions, as well as prosperity. There's some sort of goal being shot here, right? We've got X marks the spot, we've got the kick. The kick's being made. Alright, you're shooting your shot in some way during this retrograde. It could be a theme of what's going on. Okay, skill building with Temperance here for sure, and Lunastad, Prosperity. You chose the S, skill building. Temperance, let's get your charms. We've got the ocean. It's coming through very powerfully. Memories is inside the shell, along with a crown that has a heart in it and a bunny rabbit. The ocean holds memories from long before you were born, created, and will long after. Okay, respect the ocean. You can connect to your divinity. We all can. Through the ocean. The crown. We have the letter E. It's spelling out C, but it hasn't finished. We've got once on the table. We've got a penguin eraser. Jupiter is going retrograde and it's going back over things and erasing what needs to be erased, and then it'll station, and then it'll go direct, and it'll be moving forward again, and it'll be retracing the ground. Okay, it'll be like rereading the script after it was edited, and then we'll move into fresh territory. So that's what's going on. You've got Penguin connecting in to work with you as a spirit guide in relation to this aspect of the season, the Jupiter retrograde time period, and its effects. It is going retrograde in Pisces, which is the sign of the ocean. This is universal energy, but I feel it's affecting each of us on a very personal level. The moon in water has to do with our internal world, the seas of our emotions or feelings, and it has to do with our connections that we're emotionally involved with. The Temperance card is an energy where we need moderation, we need balance, we need focus, sometimes precision. So Aries and Pisces is where this is occurring. Rabbit as a spirit guide comes through with additional messages for you as well. Yeah, I feel a strong connection to mermaids, actually, with your pile. The myrrh, as well as fairies, but more myrrh, much more myrrh. This fairy is actually like a mermaid fairy. Healing waters. The rabbit sometimes can have to do with anxieties, fears, nervous energies. Okay, and it makes sense to have it with the 12th house and the first house. But I see, again, you shooting your shots anyway, you being in the game, and you being able to tap into and connect with your divinity, the crown. Very rich pile. I enjoyed reading for you. Choose another pile if you're drawn to 2. Check out other readings if and when inspired. Leave me some feedback in the form of tips, joining me on Patreon, leaving a thumbs up, a good comment if you like, and be well. Alright, option 2, welcome to your reading, the Adventures pile. We're doing card toss style, and this is what you've got coming through. In the beginning, there was an empty trash can. This is actually very relevant to the specific retrograde because we're dealing with 12th house, Pisces, and Aries, first house. So it is that completion, full cycle, finish line, 12th house, and then rebirth, the beginning, the initial spark, Aries energy. Out with the old, in with the new trash liner. It's a new cycle in a big way. It's representing a new cycle in a big way. There's little smaller cycles within the cycle. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Hathor, soul family. You've got a sex fortune card coming out. Alright. It's the 7 of Clits. They're in the clouds. So Piscean 12th, or Pisces 12th house energy is very dreamy. It has to do with fantasy, imagination. It's ruled by Neptune. You've got the Star card. Okay, Aquarian energy comes through with the Star card. You have the Hermit, Virgo energy, and the King of Presents. So this does represent Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. However, it's an archetypal energy, and it represents other things too. It doesn't matter what your sign is. And this has to do with leadership in part. It may be about leadership in relation to money, finances, work, job, career, earthly matters, practicalities. You have night music. I feel like Hathor is tapping into this. There's a connection, like Hathor enjoys the music. So you're working with this goddess, a lot of you, whether you're consciously doing it or not. If the shoe pinches your foot, leave it in the store, take it off, don't wear the shoe. You feel me? Like, not everything resonates for everybody, but yeah, I feel you working with Hathor in a really cool way, as well as, Jupiter. At this time, Jupiter is the god of benevolence and expansion, higher learning, wisdom. So it makes a lot of sense that you would have gods, goddesses showing up, collaborating with you in your messages. Windswept leaves. Windswept leaves. Beautiful. Your reading has a lovely autumn tone to it that I'm very much enjoying. There's also an aspect of coming together in big and small ways to create the future and move towards winter. So yeah, the sun is in Aquarius in the winter time, January, February. This energy has to do with like planting seeds for the future, the dreams of the future, the Pisces, and then also taking the first steps with Aries. Okay, so Jupiter going backwards is a really good thing. It's like bringing the rake across the lawn. Preparing for your yard feng shui. Okay, a couple sweethearts here. Love you, yes. The letter G, the number 2. We have brother on the table. We have best on the table as well. Quality, the best, the king here. Yes, this has to do with you being in your affirmative energy, where you're affirming what's in your reality, your goodness, your wealth. Strategy, the chess piece, the pawn. There's this message coming through about what do you have to lose? If you work with this positive affirmation, do you have anything to lose? Are there pros? Are there cons? Is it worth your time? Because it's apt to give a really good energetic return for the investment. Again, it's my true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Alright, as much as I am feeling drawn into reading Hathor's card, I am going to leave this particular reading here for now. Check out look through the description for links and stuff. Sometimes stuff winds up there. Okay? I look forward to reading for you in the future, and please do check out another pile if you were drawn to a couple of them. The closing message really, I feel, has to do with like allowing yourself to have some fun, not being afraid to let that golden, sunny, warm energy into your creations, your world, your life. Okay, next up, pile 3, welcome. We're doing card toss style, so this is what's coming through for you. I'm grabbing you a paint sample as well. The guides have guided me to, and now we have 2 of them. Alright, savings. For some of you, what Jupiter is doing with its retrogrades right now and what's occurring has to do with your relationship, your connection, your ability, your current status, potentially, some or more, like, more or less of these things, alright? But savings in some way, shape, or form. Your abilities to save and saving related goals for the future, past stories. Alright. We've got Pluto here, and I'll read to you what's on the card as well. We have Mawu, Earth Mother. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. I feel like they want you to hear this before the message about savings. Because this is not just your energy. The money, the currency, has a vibrational frequency. It's its own sovereign thing. For a moment, just be with me on this plane so I can explain something. Your life purpose and how you use it and what you do with it has a vibration, an impact. You have a vibration and an impact and a response. This is the cause and effect law that's coming through. So, I feel like the guides are steering you and just like patting you on the back, patting you on the shoulder for your efforts and what you do already and have done in the past, but also wanting to encourage you for the future and keep you on track and mindful and see if and when and how there's room to expand and grow and be more environmentally friendly in some way or to assist. Okay, you are called upon to help with environmentalism. The message on the savings card says, as you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. Other actions affect your future as well, and the future of the collective, right? The planet, the way, how are you treating Earth? You have Watchtower of the East, Spring, okay. And the Firefighter. You have some paint samples here. This is an excellent time to paint, work with colors and be creative. We have lipstick. We have polka dot pink and candy stripe red. Hot, fiery red energies. Ancient violet, grade amethyst, and nightshade violet. Beautiful. I got very excited about that, and then we were approaching something a bit toxic. Pluto can be toxic. Okay, mushrooms are associated with Pluto. The Scorpio stinger, you know, Pluto co-rules Scorpio. It's ice here, painful shards of ice. But the guides are showing me your root chakra and your crown chakra and talking about you working with those, bringing balance, harmony, health, awareness to these areas, these zones. So working with reds and purples at this time will help you tap into this. There's many other things to do too. The crystals showed up as an option. Grade amethyst in particular, I would love to dive deeper into the meaning of that. I might look it up at some point after your reading myself, and of course you are able to do that too. But yes, ancient wisdom with the ancient violet here, it's like the universe is the universe, the laws of the universe, many other things, being sentient, not, have been around for a lot longer than the human race, and you specifically in your human body and form, right? And they still are, and they will be long after you, right? But we're a part of that energy, and it's a part of us. Our stories overlapped and connect. So this is always available to you, this ancient, it's very etheric right now. This ancient wisdom, it's connected to the Akashic records, okay? So we have a doorway here, we have a window here, we have new opportunities here for you with the Watchtower of the East, that spring energy. Definitely to learn new things. That's a great starting point. A lot of times we want to learn before we start taking action so we know what the heck we're doing, right? Oh, what else? Bit of a focus on appearance with the lipstick. That makes a lot of sense too with the retrograde occurring in Aries part of the time. We've got Pisces and we've got Aries energy. We also have Virgo season showing up in a lot of the readings in one way or another for me too. And with the firefighter, I get an energy of volunteerism, volunteer work, because some firefighters are volunteer firefighters, right? But I also get this element of like balancing the water and the fire, right? Keeping it in balance, but allowing both to be, and we're moving forward. The retrograde involves going back over something, or it seems like we're going back, right? It's more of an editing type of vibe, even with Jupiter. And there is this sort of like moving inward energy, compacting with Pluto showing up, that's occurring, that's a little outside of Jupiter's normal vibration, quote unquote normal, like when it's direct. Okay, it is a little more of that sort of going in or compacted effect here that we're looking at, that we're feeling. Okay, there's an energy of kind of feeling your way through with this chime coming up, but also again the balance here. We've got strategy coming up, planning, and creativity, and makes the other senses. We've got a moose on the table, so look up moose as a spirit guide to expand your reading. Moose is working with you at this time. I love this. I really, really love this. We have the wreath here, Yuletide season. Again, they're talking about these doors, these energetic portals, doors, windows, whatever you want to call them. They do come to me as doors or windows, but like there's more to them. Make them your own. You can work with this in creative visualization to assist you and empower you. This working with your doors to your office, to your car, to your home, your garage, whatever, specific rooms, and creating the tone that you want is a very practical thing to do during this Jupiter retrograde. This could be by hanging things on it like wreaths. This could be by painting them, right? Making repairs that are necessary, tending to squeaks. There's a lot of options coming up, but that is coming through. There is also the time period of like Yuletide season, Christmas, which is where this energy and the energy of Jupiter direct in its new phase after this wave of energy, or this has been experienced. Thanks, guys. Just leave it at this. You've got the crayon. Insert the words you want. Yeah, we're going to start feeling the effects of that more fully. Okay? It'll be about over. There's some residual stuff in the air, so to speak, at this time, but there's a lot of fresh stuff that we can't really even smell from here, or we can smell it a little bit, but we don't have very much clarity about it. So something wild is coming up as well. Very beautiful. I definitely feel like you're getting more in touch with yourself, deeper parts of yourself that were potentially concealed, a lot of you here. And that may involve letting loose in some way, connecting to nature, just embracing your wild side. But you can definitely do it responsibly, maturely, in balance with a firefighter here. So it has to do with time efficiency, really. You're not creating excess struggles for yourself. It's up to you, free will choice. But yeah, that's where I leave you for now. I look forward to reading for you in the future. Next up, we have the yellow tulip pile. Welcome. We're doing card toss style, and so this is what is coming through for your pile. They do want me to talk about the void a little. Okay, and perspective. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. common ground. I feel like this is Jupiter inviting you over to its house. It's like, zoom out, take the higher perspective, take your consciousness up out of your neighborhood, up out of your country or continent, up out of the planet. Go as far as you want, your sovereign soul. Get your perspectives. And this Jupiter retrograde is happening in Pisces, which is vastness. Okay, it's the ocean, as well as Aries. We have the leopard, nurture of branches, coming up. Definitely feeling leopard coming through as a spirit guide for you, so look it up, expand your reading and your awareness on your own, and gain additional insights. You have hummingbird too, the hummingbird dream card. Star seeds, your spirit guides are definitely with you and interacting with you, which, like I said to another pile, makes a ton of sense because Jupiter is the planet of expansion, higher learning, the higher realms and dimensions and higher consciousness. And then again with Pisces and Aries, the vastness of the ocean and its evolved energy, the 12th house, as well as that initial spark of life, new beginning, Aries energy, our identities too with Aries. Child of the cosmos. Your starseed card I've been holding on to. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. You don't have to understand everything, you're not supposed to. There's a lot of magic with this energy. The hummingbird, like, we don't get it, but it does it. Okay, mind over matter does come through. Lisa, balance. Okay. Mabon happened. The Jupiter retrograde is in effect for a period of time, like months. Mabon, which is the autumn equinox, the day of balance, happens within this Jupiter retrograde. Okay, it's an influencing factor. They are working together harmoniously, from what I can see with this. You've got nurture of shells, the sea turtle. So same as what I mentioned with leopard about looking it up as a spirit guide. This helps ground you in a sense and keep you from getting lost out there and be tied into your purpose and path on planet Earth, in this life, other lives, if you believe in that as well. So very important grounding aspect coming through with the sea turtle. I feel like tortoises also are here, like spirit guide animals, tortoise. You might find some differences, might be some messages there with you. Past life healing, hectate, gorgeous. A lot of power we're dealing with here, a lot of evolved consciousness. Okay. Very trustworthy energy. That doesn't mean that there's no mischief in the universe or misunderstandings or conflict. We have people coming through as well. Nurture of branches to me will represent and can represent any fire sign placements. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Up here we have nurture of shells, so water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then Libra comes through a bit too. If you are interacting with people at this time, having questions about that, thinking about that, your past interactions or potential future ones are renting a lot of space in your mind or affecting you energetically more than their proper slice of the pie, their proper ration, their proper allotment. There are things you can do about this. There's also messages and things that you might be meant to learn or discover. And that's why it was doing that, to get your attention. So bringing that to your awareness, taking action steps to do that, will be one way to reduce it because you're directing the energy as it needs to be directed, and there's no longer a cause for that metaphorical alarm to be going off. Alright, we're going to get you some chimes. I also feel like, connecting to Earth, whether it's Earth's waters, Earth's skies, the plants, the fauna. This is tapping you into higher wisdom. It's connecting you into your inner knowing, but it's doing a lot of magical things that your inner child remembers. And I can't say that for sure you consciously in your present self understand it or remember it with the eyes you did when you were a child. Everything is possible, so it is accessible in the Akashic records. You have the potential to do that again. Whether or not you would want to, really, is a factor. Okay, so there's great potential for past life healing going on. It is happening. But I feel like you also can consciously work with the energies here. The penguin coming through as a spirit guide, penguin on an eraser. The retrogrades are a bit like editing. Okay, so we go back, and even Jupiter, which is a planet of expansion and more, when it's retrograding, there's this energy of compacting or like moving inward a bit. And there is that like going through and editing and erasing some things and rewriting some things and creating the update, the upgrade. Do not be afraid to move into an energy of happiness, an energy of abundance. Connect with the blessings of the universe. Find what you want through that center, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra. To an extent, it's talking about you doing that. We've got love bug here on a sweetheart. Yeah, if you are working with these people, I feel like there's a higher reason and purpose for it. Some of you, it'll resonate that you have soul contracts with these people, past life arrangements to meet up in this lifetime and to do certain things, to work together, collaborate, and learn. We have the letter I. You can do a brain dump with that to expand your reading on your own if and when inspired. Connecting with Earth, especially flowers, but however you are guided to do this, is going to connect you into Earth's wisdom. It's going to connect you into your DNA, your soul's DNA, past and future life existences, and relations with Gaia and planet Earth. Take what resonates, leave what does not. If the shoe pinches, consider leaving it in the store. We strongly recommend that. Don't wear it out. It's not your message. Okay. I look forward to reading for you in the future. Check out the description for additional links if inspired. Okay, trust your inspiration. Inspiration is amplified at this time, and there are shifts going on to redirect and recreate sort of the canvas or the tapestry that is part of the mediums being used going forward when Jupiter is no longer retrograde but has then stationed and moved direct, and when we're into fresh new territory. Very different energies, and right now there's a lot of creation going on. So yeah, definitely creating with spirit guides is the biggest theme, and different aspects of yourself, like your inner child, rather than just going, oh, I'm a person in a human body, that's all I am. No, you are much, much more than that. There's something ferocious and fierce here, but I really feel like it's in a great way. re-looking things. If any of you are in the performance arts in some way, like with the nurture of branches here, this is what you give and like what you're showing, your talents and performances, entertaining, things like this, matters like this, new perspectives coming in, perspective shifts, and rebalancing coming in. All right, listen for another reading if you were drawn to 2. I'm going to move into the next one now. Bye-bye. Hello, those of you who chose the E and the number 1. This is a card toss style reading. Let's see what you have coming up. Okay, you've got bubblegum pink, frosted pink, and bashful pink. The 7 of potions, walk in your truth, the Sun card, Lady Goddess Feminine, let go of guilt, and this. So here's the story with this. These are scratch cards. You scratch them and you draw a picture while you're scratching them with a stick. So there's something underneath. I decided to just leave this one black and throw it in the cards and some other ones. I mean, I'm trying to be gentle with them, obviously. But it was my, like, clean slate, you know, black, a clean blackboard card, so to speak, or the darkness of the universe, the void card. And you know what happened? The universe came in, and now we have these specks of light. One of them looks a bit like a shooting star to me. From the Angels of Abundance deck, let go of guilt. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Okay. A lot of you are going through other stuff right now. Saturn returns, or something going on with Saturn, legacy, time, the 10th house. It is coming up. Now, regardless of whether or not that resonates, Saturn is always an influencing factor in our lives to one degree or another. And the tail end energies connected to this Jupiter retrograde is happening when the Sun and other personal planets enter Capricorn, the holiday season, Yuletide season, Christmas, and for a period after there, New Year's, so on. So I feel like the clock is very significant. Time is a factor here. The spirit guides are saying you have time because the universe is infinite, what have you, but for practical reasons, you don't have time to invest in lower vibrational frequencies that are inauthentic to yourself, to your soul, to your life purpose. Now, I don't understand everything. We don't even have your chimes out yet. Okay, there's a lot of dark energy, right? A lot of unseen here, a lot of the great mystery in the universe, connected to Piscean energy, which is a big part of what Jupiter is retrograding through. It's retrograding through Pisces and Aries. And it's relatively at home in Pisces. It's a co-ruler of Pisces, Neptune and Jupiter. Divine feminine energy is coming through as a theme with your pile. As is divine masculine energy, and you can't have one without the other. So their relationship, their balance. Okay. Let's get your chimes out. Okay. Be mine. X's and O's, hugs and kisses. the strategy, the pawn, piece of the chessboard. Rabbit showing up as a spirit guide for you, as well as bear. Look deeper into those to expand your reading on your own. We have this chime, which is somebody with a kite, the kite flyer here. Air, fresh air is going to be really important for your health, well-being, energy, your vibration, your emotions. The rabbit sometimes has a bit of a nervous or fearful energy attached to it. And yes, you do have time and energy to be afraid, to be fearful, to like hide in the shell, to have anxiety, to have that veil. That's not your truest self, your authentic self. Your inner being isn't afraid. It knows death is just a transformation. It's not afraid of anything. But that's not all of what we are. We do possess an ego here on earth in human form, right? So it's showing me a story of you processing it, or pathways and opportunities to process and direct the energies and what's going on here. Move out of sickness, away from illness if and when it occurs or has occurred in the past, to lift your spirits of others, to get on that boat where the spirits are rising, the vibration is rising. Definitely connecting with fresh air is going to be assistive. For some of you, this has to do with Aquarian season as well. Again, the tail end and actually like out of the retrograde. So new energies. We feel it's like a whole new ball game at this time period. And the time period we're talking about is preparation for what's to come there and welcoming those energies in. So it is marking that period of time here. But I also feel like it's connecting into 11th house energies. This could be an Aquarian person, people with personal planets in Aquarius, your own signs, placements, house stuff with astrology. It may be some of its themed things, like humanitarianism, like the future, our future selves, like electricity and energy. Okay. Happy birthday to anyone having a birthday around this time period. I feel like that's definitely an influencing factor. They're working together. It's coming up. Only reading it came up in. Okay, so I would like to read from the book for you, if I can find it, for your Let Go of Guilt card. I feel really drawn to do that today with this one. However, it's kind of hiding on me. Or completely hiding on me. I had it before you were reading. Where have you gone? Not meant to be. This is a blockage, and I feel like part of what Jupiter is aiming to do here, so to speak, is liberate you from that blockage. But with that, it may be bringing other things, like better understanding yourself, what creates the blockage or would create it, how to avoid that, better opportunities. But yeah, it's just like stuff that you, so they're giving me an example, a metaphor. You know how you ever drop something when you're walking on a path in the woods and you realize that you dropped it somewhere when you get to the end of the trail, and then so you decide to retrace your steps and go back down the trail to find it and recover it? Okay, that's what Jupiter's doing. It's going back down the trail right now. And that's what it's talking about here. When you're going back down the trail, sometimes you see things you didn't see before, right? You have certain experiences you wouldn't have otherwise had. This is predestined stuff to an extent. But yeah, you're seeing stuff that you wouldn't have otherwise seen. An interesting bird, a feather, a cool mushroom on the ground, whatever it is. Maybe you find some cash. I don't know. But there's more reasons than just that bracelet falling. So sometimes like something seems a little off, and then we have to use more energy. We have to retrace our steps. But the higher consciousness, God, source, energy, the universe knows what it's doing. There's reasons. Alright. It does not want to show up, so maybe for some sort of expansion, do check out links in the description for this video, other videos too, if anyone inspired, because sometimes there's continuation messages and opportunities within that. I look forward to reading for you in the future. Bye for now.